Some places on Earth are so dangerous that governments actually warn people not to visit them at all. Some are dangerous because of nature, others because of radiation, isolation, or even deadly animals. And while some of these places look beautiful on the surface, they can become deadly in seconds. From islands filled with venomous snakes, to roads hanging off the edge of mountains, these are the 10 most dangerous places in the world. 10. Death Valley, USA. Death Valley is one of the hottest places ever recorded on Earth. Located in California, temperatures here have reached over 56 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to seriously affect the human body within minutes. People visiting the area can quickly suffer from dehydration or heat stroke if they aren't prepared properly. Even cars can overheat in the extreme conditions. And despite the danger, thousands of tourists still visit every year because of its unusual landscape and world-famous heat. 9. North Sentinel Island, India. North Sentinel Island is one of the most isolated places on Earth. The island is home to the Sentinelese tribe, a group of people who have had almost no contact with the modern world. Over the years, outsiders who attempted to approach the island were often attacked with arrows and spears. Because of this, the Indian government made it illegal to go near the island. Many experts believe the tribe simply wants to be left alone and protected from outside diseases and influence. Even today, very little is known about how the people there actually live. 8. Lake Natron, Tanzania. At first glance, Lake Natron almost looks peaceful, but the lake contains extremely alkaline water that can seriously damage skin and eyes. The temperature of the lake can also become incredibly hot. One of the strangest things about Lake Natron is that animals which die there can sometimes become preserved because of the chemicals in the water. Photographs of birds and animals near the lake have made it look almost like they were turned to stone. Even though it looks beautiful in photos, it's one of the harshest lakes on Earth. 7. The Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. The Danakil Depression is often called one of the harshest environments on Earth. Temperatures regularly rise above 45 degrees Celsius. The area is filled with volcanoes, toxic gases, and acidic pools that create strange colors across the landscape. Some scientists even compare parts of the region to conditions found on other planets. Despite how dangerous it is, small groups of tourists still visit the area with guides, but surviving there for long periods would be incredibly difficult. 6. Snake Island, Brazil. Off the coast of Brazil lies an island officially known as Ilha da Queimada Grande, but most people simply call it Snake Island. The island is home to thousands of venomous snakes, including the golden lancehead viper, one of the deadliest snakes in South America. Because food is limited on the island, the snakes evolved incredibly powerful venom to hunt quickly. The danger became so serious that the Brazilian government heavily restricted public access to the island. Today, only certain scientists and researchers are allowed to visit. 5. Chernobyl, Ukraine. In 1986, one of the worst nuclear disasters in history happened in Chernobyl. After an explosion at the power plant, dangerous radiation spread across large areas nearby. Entire towns were abandoned almost overnight. Even decades later, some areas still remain unsafe for long-term human life. Nature has slowly reclaimed many of the empty buildings and streets, creating an eerie landscape frozen in time. Although tourists can now visit certain safer zones, radiation is still a serious concern in many parts of the area. 4. Mount Washington, USA. Mount Washington may not look especially dangerous at first, but it experiences some of the most extreme weather conditions ever recorded. In 1934, wind speeds here reached over 370 kilometers per hour. The mountain can quickly switch from calm weather to freezing storms and hurricane-force winds. Because of this, many hikers underestimate the danger and end up trapped in deadly conditions. 3. Death Road, Bolivia. For many years, Bolivia's Death Road was considered one of the deadliest roads in the world. The road runs along steep cliffs with almost no barriers protecting drivers from huge drops. Heavy rain, fog, and narrow paths made accidents extremely common. Hundreds of people reportedly died on the road every year before safer routes were eventually built. Even now, some tourists still cycle along the road for the adrenaline rush. 2. The Gates of Hell, Turkmenistan. In the middle of the desert in Turkmenistan lies a giant burning crater known as the Gates of Hell. The crater was created after a gas drilling accident decades ago. Scientists reportedly set the crater on fire, expecting it to burn out quickly, but the flames never stopped. Today, the crater continues to burn day and night, creating one of the strangest sights in the world. 1. Bikini Atoll, Marshall Islands. Bikini Atoll may look like a tropical paradise, but the island has a dark history. After World War II, the United States carried out multiple nuclear weapon tests there. Some of the explosions were incredibly powerful and left long-lasting radioactive contamination across the area. Although some wildlife has returned over time, parts of the atoll are still considered unsafe. It remains one of the most famous nuclear testing sites in history. So, which place shocked you the most? And is there anywhere on this list you'd actually visit? Let me know in the comments.